What up guys, Hazelwood for Life here, and today we are back on Oxygen Not Included. On our last video, we we are we were working on the farm. Sorry, my English messed up there. But we worked on the farm, got some science going, got some bedrooms going. We'd also gotten a new person. Definitely haven't forgot who they are. Ren, that was our new person. We got them, that way we could do some more research. I guess on this episode, plan here, finish at the farm, and maybe explore a little bit. Maybe expand. Not too sure. Don't really have much planned for this, so we're just kind of gonna wing it and see what happens. Let's see. Frankie, what you got for me, buddy? Let's make you a digger. That way we can get through some like these harder materials. Yeah, I think we should slow down the game and actually look at what we have here. What do we have access to? Critter farm. Okay. Compost, got that. Don't really need the kiln or the rock crusher yet. A medical room wouldn't be too bad. A mess table. Now that is something I could do. Let's see. We're gonna... How do I have this set up? Four above, put that there. Put the roof there. Dig all that up. And then we're gonna make a mess room in here. We'll put a water cooler right here. 4 mess tables. And, oh, I only have normal tiles. What am I actually working on? Fire poles. We could keep the fire poles. My next one, though, my next research is going to be pressure management. That way I can get the air tiles. Just because we want to make sure all of the gases are able to move around freely. We don't want, like, carbon dioxide getting trapped in an important room. Oh, looks like we have another skill point. Who is it for? Gosman. You're gonna be a farmer who's gonna become a rancher. And seeing as how we're already at that point with her, I should get a critter room going. So first off, put the farming station there, that way that room's complete. And then where do I want a critter station? Could just put it right here. But what is 96 tiles puts me there? That puts me at 85. Cancel that dig for now. What do we got for a blueprint? Some algae. Might take the printer up on that one. I really... this is like one I never do. Trypophobia. Cannot do digging errands. Just because if a dupe gets stuck and no one else can get to him, they're screwed. So it's like that one, and then like the cannot do building guys I really don't like using. So definitely knowing you. Cannot do doctoring, that's fine. Snores loudly, that's fine. You have the same traits. And you're doing the same thing. I know. I'm not even gonna look at you guys. You're scared. Alright. Oh, I need metal. I have metal. That was very convenient. Door there, door there. Put the tiles down. And then that'll be a good mess room for now. You said we wanted air tiles. So I mainly plan on putting air tiles like right here, above these doors, just in case like any gases that are like heavier, or I guess in this case lighter than oxygen, it can creep out and go up. It's a whole process, but hey, That's just oxygen not included. Very simple looking game, but is very complex. So if you've never given it a shot, I definitely recommend it. If you've played what is Clay Entertainment's other game, Don't Starve, also a really good game. Might record it at some point. Say I really like this company for gaming. Say so for 2 for 2 on their big games. I haven't checked them out recently to see if like there's been anything new. But who knows? That might be something I can do for future episodes if y'all are interested. Make sure they're planning all the mealwood. Okay, we got access to ventilation and temp ship. What? Whoa, what is this? Okay, so the reason why this is kind of throwing me off, the last time I played this on my own, these little heat symbols weren't here. Elements producing the symbol can produce heat. That's a very nice feature. Oh, that's so nice for dumb people like me. So, if you haven't figured it out for yourself, what these symbols are is these are all the things creating heat. So, a smart person would put some sort of cooling over these items. That way, it's not heating up the base. Because you can get heat death for a base, and on certain maps, and who knows, maybe you can pull it off in a normal world, you could also freeze your base to death. At least on this world, much more likely to die from heat rather than cold, but it is a possibility. That is a nice quality of life thing. I do appreciate that one. Alright, get all the fire poles going all the way down. Clear up that copper. Okay, good. Getting more metal. Come on, guys. You can do it. You can get the metal. I believe in you. Okay, and it looks like we've also, yep, we've got the airflow tile done. So what should be next? See, we've got a food source coming in. We've got food, we got oxygen, as long as the algae stays a thing. And we got power via manual power. So is there like anything around that I can see that we could use? Okay. So I don't see anything normally. There's a little trick. At least it used to be a trick. I don't know if they still kept it. But if you go to, what is it, your priorities, randomly, just gonna be like random 5, just kind of chilling in the middle of the nowhere, seeing if there's like any others. Alright, there's this 5. Oh, it's a briar seed. Okay, maybe if I dig a little further, I can actually explain a little bit better what I'm trying to talk about. But what you can do with the whole priority view is if there's like a geyser or a vent hidden in like say the distance or like where you can't see, if you do the priority, it's going to show a priority of 5 because you can research the geysers and vents. So if like it's just out of reach to where you can't see it, you can do that. And also if it's a hidden geyser, you can make it a high priority with this button. And that way you can actually see what type of geyser it is. So you can like get an idea if you're going to be unearthing, say, a cool slush geyser, which personally one of my favorite ones to deal with. It's cooling, so you can use it to cool your base. It's also water, which can be used for oxygen, which then gives you hydrogen once you break up the water, which gives you power, and it's just all great. It can tell you if you're getting one of those, or it can tell you you're opening a minor volcano into your base. Not something I'd recommend. Definitely don't know from experience. Crying internally, remembering past bases getting destroyed, but that's okay. Alright. What do we need to be working on? We need to be getting research. So I guess for now, we'll go ahead and get air systems. That way we have most of the stuff to start producing oxygen via water using the electrolyzers. Which, if you didn't see it, mainly looking at this guy. Converts water into oxygen and hydrogen gas. I would say once algae gets a little bit rarer, we can use that. It'll most likely be around the time we're having to convert slime into algae. But we're on cycle 8, and I normally don't have to deal with that for like at least another 30 cycles. Alright, that's another thing researched. We got this little dude digging. It looks like the carbon dioxide is starting to build up. So what I'm going to have my guys do is break into there. Dig that up. Just so, one, this oxygen can burst out, go to our base where it's actually useful, and some of this carbon can take its place into where the bedrooms aren't, unbreathable. Alright, we got the electrolyzers. That's good. I guess on the idea that we'll be working on the electrolyzer, we'll also need a hydrogen generator. Saying I'm mainly getting these guys to dig over here just so we can expand our horizon, or I guess our viewable horizon, and just see if there's like any useful geysers we can start working towards. You know what? I'm going to destroy those. Dig all that up, that way some of the carbon can spill over. And it's not as bad to work over here for my digger. We do have an egg here. Could go ahead and build the ranch room, which is what I was trying to figure out over here. But I thinks if we build it right here, that should be good. So what is this? 96 there. There we go. Dig up that. Then we can put pneumatic doors there. Gonna need a little bit more metal. So you know what, let's make this the priority for now. So it looks like all the oxygen has left this. And there's still CO2 at our beds, which is not a good thing. So I guess let's just free up the space right there. Hopefully opening this up a bit. Not only is it going to give us copper, which is needed for our metal needs, but it can also let some of the CO2 just drop away from the beds. Okay, we've opened up that a bit. Let's see, we've got 1,200 grams of CO2. And it looks like it's able to just keep falling down, which is good. Yep, Frankie's able to breathe while sleeping. That's always a good thing. Make sure these guys have all the food planted. The game is yelling at me for not having a wash basin built. I mean, do we really need one? Yeah, we kinda do for germs. Okay, game. Here's your stupid wash basin. Plumbing. We'll go ahead and just put. We'll put 3 outhouses. I feel like that's fair. And we'll just wall it up there. Get the doors down there. Ooh, blueprint. Cannot dig, so don't care about you. Cooking, operating, researching. Not really needed. Not cooking, and we've got 2 researchers. Researching and supplying, same thing, don't need researching, so snazz your violet suit. Who's a sick guy? Frankie, my boy. Where is Frankie? Frankie, you get a suit 'cause you have diarrhea. Yep, there's your reward. Now go to the bathroom. Okay, so no seed available. Shame. Can enable harvest on that mealwood. Hopefully we'll get a seed. You're down to 11,000 food. So that's what, enough for almost 3 days? Which, I mean, it's how much the mealwood's supposed to keep us going for. Say it might get a little rough here in a second. I won't, not gonna lie. Saying we won't set up any or queue up any research for now. Just so these guys can actually do their thing. Go ahead and move the egg up here just so we have 1 critter already in the ranch. You know what? Let's make that a 6 priority. Yeah, speaking of priorities, I'm gonna go ahead and enable proximity. So, for those of you who don't know what this does, so normally how duplicates are kind of coded to do tasks is they do it, 1 at a time. So say, who is our digger? Say Frankie here, he sees, oh, well, I need to dig these 2 things here. Well, he can't do these yet because they're unreachable, so he's going to be like, oh, well, I need to, after digging this, need to go up here and dig that. Or with proximity, instead of him like kind of going back and forth, digging and running, digging and running, he'll dig the 2 and then be like, oh, I need to keep doing this because these are all close together. So I'm enabling proximity. I've always done it. It's so useful, especially like later on in when you've got, bases spanning like this entire section. And, you've got people running all the way to the surface to go do stuff, and, all the way at the bottom doing stuff. It's a lot of travel time, which it's not a good thing when your guys are spending most of their time traveling. Like, I think the worst I've ever gotten on one world was like 45 commute time. Like 45% of the time was commuting. It was really bad. Like, there would be some points where like I'd get a new guy. He'd make the mistake of going outside of the base to go do something wearing a suit, which makes you slower. And then he'll just fall asleep, wet the suit, uh, you know, having an accident in the suit because he couldn't get to a bathroom in time, and then sleeping in the suit outside of the base because he couldn't get to the base in time and he's tired now. It's I've had a few fun times playing this game. You know, when you've put as many hours as I have, you're bound to deal with a lot of things and also make a lot of mistakes. Say, for any of you who have not played this game before, it is very much you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna lose colonies like within 30 days. At least, like, I feel a good 5 to 10 times before you get a world that makes it even cycle 100. But it is a really fun game once, even when figuring it out, it's a fun game. But anyway, how is everything looking? We got the outhouse done. I'm gonna switch that to where they only use it when they're exiting the bathroom. Just so all germs are left in here. Let's see, the critter room is almost done, so let's go ahead and get the critter room buildings put down. Yeah, it should just be those 3 things. Okay, we still have enough food for 3 days. That's good. Want to set this to only hatches. The next thing I should work on is actual bedrooms. Or, now thinking of it, if I put that door there, these guys can't go into here. Which means they can't wake up my dudes anymore. Oh, where's light overlay? So they're about 4 out. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it might wake up. Whose god is this? May? It might wake up May. We'll have to wait and see how it works. But that might make it to where we don't need to make bedrooms just yet. That is until duplicates start getting stressed. Alright, let's see. We only want the hatched heat sand and sandstone. Especially whilst we are, under 5 days worth of food. Definitely don't want them eating food. Dirt, even though we have a lot of it. I'd rather, the hatches not eat my food source's food source. Kind of think it like that. Because, well, my mealwood, which is what my guys are going to survive on for a little bit, requires dirt. And I don't need the hatches all eating that dirt. So they eat all the dirt, then I just got to eat them. Which isn't why isn't the reason why I'm putting them in a ranch. The reason why I'm putting them in a ranch is for their eggs. More importantly than their eggs is the egg shell. Now, for those of you who have not played this game or have played it but haven't been able to get into the later stages of the game, Um, One of the resources you can produce, which is very, very useful, which I'm hoping, this world can survive this long, but you can make steel, which requires lime, which is made from one of two things. One thing being fossils, which you gotta go all the way down where it's very hot to find fossils, or use eggshells. And for any of you who've tried starting an eggshell farm, uh, you know, at the same time you needed the eggshells, you will know that it takes a very long time to build up enough eggshells to convert to limestone. It takes forever. So if we go ahead and get this going, we can get the eggshells going, we can get more food, because, well, these hatches are made of meat, which would be a good thing. And of course, the eggs themselves, we can eat those. Alright, let's see where we're at. So they are putting things in the storage bin, which means there's nothing else for these guys to do. Because that's on a priority of level 4, which is the only thing on level priority 4. So it sounds to me like these guys need something to do. First thing, I want someone to build a door there for the meantime. Then we're gonna dig out there. And then we can also get some more research going. What would be useful to me right now? So I could go into sanitation, but then I'm gonna be dealing with polluted water, which is something I can't really deal with right now because I don't have a water sieve. So we're gonna research distillation, that way we can get a water sieve. Reason for this is, as you can see, it says produces clean water from polluted water. And the reason why I'm wanting to make sure I can do this is because the next kind of upgrade for our base is these two things. Both of these, so the lavatory, also known as the pooper, converts normal water into polluted water, which we can then send to the water sieve to give us water back. And then the sink, same thing, it's going to start producing polluted water. Then we can also add a shower, which will give our dupes a moral boost, which the higher their moral, the more skills you can give them without them stressing out. So I think that is what we're working on there. I feel like these are good ideas. And looks like we have another skill point. Who is it for? May. We don't need that yet. Carrying capacities could be good. Electric grill use. Say cooking wouldn't be a bad thing to get into. Let's see. I just do a grill, an egg cracker. Do I have enough power for this? This is consuming 300. Oh yeah, we got enough power to go around. So, old May is gonna be a cook now. On top of a researcher. On top of being a researcher. Ooh, hey. So, as I was talking about earlier, priority trick. There's the geyser. It is showing level A5 priority because you can research it. So this guy, what we can do with it. So this is a really good thing to find. It's a cool steam vent, which means it does produce the water at a cooler temp. What do we got for blueprints? Um, you know what? If this also had supplying as a third skill, I would grab it because this guy, little does he know, would be our future space pilot. But he's one off, so he doesn't get that glory. Shame. Where was I? But so this thing. So with cool steam vents and kind of like any water producing vents, there's multiple ways you can take advantage of them. With the steam vents in particular, um, you could use the steam vent for power, because what would a game that's very in depth that includes gases and power and all that? You know, why wouldn't they involve a steam turbine? That way we can take advantage of steam. You could do that. It's not really worth it with the cool steam vent because they're cooler, hence the name. The second thing they can be used for is this stuff. This water right here. Now, not only could we use the water, for doing research or putting in the water cooler, or, later down the line, providing water for plants, or, giving water for our bathrooms. What this water could also do, this can be turned into oxygen and hydrogen, and then this oxygen could feed our base to where we're not having to use the algae diffuser, which is producing heat. Now, the only catch to this, however, is that this is getting emitted, as you can see, at 222 degrees. It's probably hotter than that. It's at 230 degrees. Now, these duplicants, they're very similar to humans in their temperature tolerances. And as you can see from this very nifty temperature overlay, scorching hot is at 211. And heat stroke is the thing in this game. So this means we want to even think about using this water or this, steam for anything other than power use. And even then, that's going to be a little rough. Because as you can see here, where is it? Oh, it doesn't have the thermal capacity anymore. That is sad. On here, it used to tell you, how hot something could get before it starts breaking down. Actually, I think I can show it on here. No, I can't. Anyway, but even just the heat of this alone will break any machine we have in there if we're using copper, or iron, as the resource to make it, which is, the only two resources we have at the moment to make things. So we do need to figure out a way before we can touch this to cool it off. I'm hoping maybe on the sides, we'll have to leave it, to another episode before we figure it out. I'm hoping that maybe, if we're lucky, find a cold biome and get the heat sink. We can find it. Because once we do those, like right now, we're only on cycle 13, very slow progress. And what I'm talking about is like cycle 30 or cycle 100. So I'm thinking very much far into the game. If we can find those things, then I think we're going to have a good colony here for you guys to watch and for me to play. But on that note, and at the end of all this rambling, which I am sorry about, but as you can see, I've played this game a lot, and I like the game. It makes you think. But anyway, enough talking and thinking. We gotta do an outro. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe if you want to, and take it easy.